This is CES MMA.
He's been somewhat sporadic.
Boxing in the middle of those.
And we take a look at the featherweight tail of the tape. MURRIN and MONTEIRO each making their pro debut. MURRIN weighed in at 145 yesterday. MONTEIRO clocked in at 144. Let's send it to our cage side announcer, Rick Provost, for the official introduction.
The judges for our first professional MMA fight of the evening are Dave Torelli, Kevin McDonald, and Sue Sanadad. The referee is Kevin Mulhall. This bout is scheduled for three 3-minute rounds in the featherweight division. Fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 145 pounds, making his professional debut and representing Broadway Jiu-Jitsu out of Dorchester, Massachusetts, please welcome James MURRIN. His opponent, and fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 144 pounds, also making his professional debut, representing Dragon's Lair out of Framingham, Massachusetts. Would you please welcome Douglas MONTEIRO. 3 rounds, featherweights.
Now you got Douglas in the red and white shorts and James in the black shorts, and you can see the height difference. Douglas, a taller fighter. Don't be surprised to have James come out early and try to stand him up with that jab. Try to keep a long distance and try to keep Douglas tall for that big overhand right.
Well, we'll see how much of that boxing pedigree is put to use tonight. Round number 1 underway. Back to the 5-minute rounds
nice
in the pro circuit.
James gets off the cage. Look at you can see the difference. Nice straight right hand by James. Nice combination right to the body, left hook to the head. There's your boxing. And now Douglas, to his credit, gets off the cage. He was at a disadvantage there.
Great start from MURRIN, coming out swinging. Even flipping in a couple of those kicks to keep him honest.
Straight right hand. Nice knee up. Right hook and a right uppercut. A nice right hand by Douglas on the out.
Exchanging the left and rights quickly is
Little
James
dirty
MURRIN.
boxing. Yep, and you can see that Douglas has already cut right to the body. That other right hand kind of hit a knee on the way in. But you can see where Douglas is cutting the inside of his left eye already.
That's right underneath the left eye.
And going to the body like we were talking about. You can see it, James going. Douglas obviously doesn't want to, he shoots in early. James did a nice job spiraling off. Control the head, let him up.
Yeah, seemed a bit over anxious on that takedown opportunity.
I think he needed a break from the stand-up. Nice knee by Douglas on the out. Overhand right by James. Both fighters exchanging knees. Neither one wants to be on the cage. Another overhand right by James. Douglas has to keep his left up, but that overhand right's going to keep landing. Douglas now, there's a straight right hand down the middle. Right to the body. Overhand right to the chin by James. Both fighters exchanging, but James is landing a little more proficiently. Nice right hand, left hook, overhand right by James MURRIN. He's just pressuring right now. Douglas needs to keep his hands up. Another right hand. Nice stiff jab by James MURRIN. There's a big left hook by Douglas. James slipped under right to the body.
Well, MONTEIRO
left to
stand-up.
the liver and right to the head by James MURRIN.
No match for MURRIN right now.
You can see where the boxing comes in.
Absolutely.
That's why Douglas is doing a great job of using his legs to try to keep James long. And he just shot in for a takedown there, and he got a very awkward one. James did a great job scrambling, and he's going to let him back up. He's going to back off him and let him back up.
Of course he was. He wants him back on his feet where he's dominated this fight. I would do the exact same thing, Scott, if I were MURRIN.
Absolutely. He's fighting his fight right now. Nice straight right to the body. Double right hook to the body. Overhand right. Nice knee. James straightens out those punches. Again, Douglas is attempting that takedown, and he's tall, and he's long, and he's getting a piece, but he's not setting the shot up.
No, and credit to James MURRIN for not being lulled into that false sense of security. He's stuffed both takedowns beautifully.
Good head control. He goes to the body.
And you're right, he does a great job going to the body and upstairs, really fluctuating.
You know, you're talking Peter Welsh 101 right here. Nice job by, you're going to want Douglas to keep his hands up a little bit more. Now he's covering, but James still lands a big right hand on a 3-punch combination.
Big right at the end of that combo, Scott, like you said. And look at the left side of Douglas Monteiro's face.
Usually two orthodox fighters, it's the right side from the jabs. Tonight it's the straight right hand and the overhand right that's paying dividends for James MURRIN. James, both fighters kneeing hard.
That one was a little bit downstairs.
It looked like it was very low.
And this is tough, Scott.
Unfortunate because they were having a good exchange.
You're right. It does sap the momentum a bit.
It saps your legs, too.
It certainly does. And we've seen this with Josh Diekman when he fought Josh Hendricks.
Yes,
didn't
Josh
necessarily
never came back.
take the time he needed. And you're right. He didn't come back from it, end up losing the fight. Now, in this case, MURRIN.
I'd like to see this on replay to see exactly where he took it.
And it seems a little more serious than just your typical below-the-belt shot. He's got the Dr. Schwartz in here checking him out. So it's certainly something that could be debilitating in more ways than one if he is able to get back up on his feet.
I know we got the best guys in the business in Fight Stream. They're going to show us that replay. There it is. If we can bring that back just like 2 steps further.
We just kind of caught the tail end. It looked like it was the left knee.
It looked like it was the left knee that was low. But I'd like to see it again to be sure.
This is tough. It's very
definitely not intentional.
No, of course not. It's disadvantageous for MURRIN, of course, and for Monteiro allows him a chance to catch his breath a little bit. I think right here we'll see
the exchange. The misses with the right to the body with the knee. Oh, that right knee.
It's the right.
It's the right knee that comes inside. If we could run it one more step.
It looked almost toward the inner thigh.
Well, it looked like both fighters were throwing right knees at the same time. So as James' right knee came up, Douglas's right knee came in right into the groin. It was almost like James' knee guided that in. Totally accidental. Definitely a knee strike. Let's see what we got left. Can't have much time left in the round.
MURRIN back on his feet. We're going to resume the action. 1:24 to go in round number 1. We'll see if it changes anything for James MURRIN or if it tempers his aggressiveness
he's still
at all.
reaching down there. Nice straight right hand by James after catching the rear leg. Couple of legs to the down fighter. Absolutely legal. Douglas very sneaky with that up kick.
Got to watch out leaning in. He may want to let him get up, and he will.
He did, yeah.
And again, this is where he excels.
He's just going to try to get. You can see the box and you can see the movement. He's trying to settle back down, get on his toes. Nice exchange, 5-punch combination. Another 3-punch combination, going body, head, head, body. Douglas is coming off with those kicks, trying to keep distance. Great defense by James. And it's the combinations. It's the combinations that are working. Body, head, head, body. Douglas trying desperately to use the long legs to keep him off. James is trying to put him away with 30 seconds left in the round.
MURRIN now bleeding from the right eye, and this one's a bad cut.
There was a 5-punch combination, 3 of which landed. And that left hook is the one that, there's a big overhand right.
Monteiro's a complete mess as we close out round number 1. To be fortunate to survive this.
I would tend to think that James is feeling a little bit better than when he got kicked in the groin.
That certainly seems to be the case. Monteiro trying to shoot him for the takedown just to
James
stop
doing
this
a great
assault.
job trying to fend it off, and look at, he did it. He never got taken down even to end the round. Phenomenal fight.
And that's the end of a bloody round number 1 for Douglas Monteiro, who was peppered with lefts and rights to the body and upstairs. Just a dominant performance by James MURRIN. You see the boxing technique on display.
If we can get into his corner, you're absolutely right. The boxing's cutting him up. I'd like to see how his corner responds to these cuts. I think he's going to stop. I think his corner is asking for it to be stopped. I think he's asking for it to be stopped. He doesn't look to be treating the cuts whatsoever.
That's it.
That's the fight, boys and girls.
That's going to do it.
That's it, boys and girls.
James MURRIN is going to be the winner.
The doctor's calling this fight. I know it. Yeah, because he's not even trying to close the cut.
And that cut over the right eye does not appear that it's going to close. That's going to do it. James MURRIN is the winner. Doctors wisely stopping this one. He was taking a lot of damage in round number 1. And that temporary knee to the groin did very little to slow James MURRIN's momentum. He came right back.
Got him aggravated.
That's true. He came back even stronger toward the end of that round and then started to work the right side of Monteiro's face, opening up that nasty gash that you see above his eye. Just a phenomenal display of boxing. Peter Welch training at its finest on display tonight.
It's total. You know, you got John Clark and you got Pete. John Clark's a phenomenal MMA guy himself. He fought MMA. He's great on the ground, but he knows the sport all over. John himself trained at Peter Welch's. So this is a very well-rounded corner, well-rounded fighter.
And that'll do it. We're going to send it down to Rick Provost for the particulars.
The referee stops the bout at the end of the first round, and your winner by TKO, James MURRIN.